All right, looks like here we have it. Another Modern Day Thrive. I'm going to ask, I think I ask every week, what number episode do you think we're on? 40? Have we hit 40?
Oh, I think we are over 40.
You think we're over
I've
40?
kind of fallen behind on numbering, so I got to go back in there and do that. But
Man.
I am pretty
Oh,
sure.
man. Okay.
We are
Okay.
at 40.
I'm a little wired today because I've been eating these chocolates left over from our Thrive Live event last week. I thought it was a great event, other than a little technical hiccup in the right in the middle of it. But me going mobile was kind of fun. Anyway, so we'll talk more about that. Let me introduce the show. My name is Dean Baker. I am your effervescent host of Modern Day Thrive. Alongside with me to my left is George Weber. Hey, George.
Hey.
Welcome back again. It's been an interesting last few weeks. We've had we've had some fun. Can you hear it?
Yep.
Are you doing a sound check and it sounds good?
It sounds good.
All right. See, this is what we're doing, because if you notice over on George's side, he's got two laptops, which means he's handling the switcher. And over on my side, I'm kind of working StreamYard and trying to manage to keep the show on the road. So, hey, we do have a few followers, and I got to tell you, folks, if you're watching, if you're following, if you're watching, please like, follow, and share this webcast. We survive by your ability to like, follow, and share. And I got to tell you, watch the show. This show is about, I don't know, side hustle. This show is about business. This show is about multiple streams of revenue. This show is about surviving your financial situation due to pandemics, due to stock market crashes, due to Bitcoin prices dropping. This is how to navigate the financial world for dummies. I say that only because I am the king of dummies when it comes to finance.
Hey, those books are popular, so you can't knock them.
The books, sure, and I probably need to do the all new, the new dummies guide to whatever. I'm sure I'm breaking some sort of creative. Will I get flagged? Will I get suited up from some lawyer saying you cannot use the word dummies in anything you talk about now? But no, really, I'm in my 50s, and yet I have not really spent, prior to last year when we started doing the show, I really didn't spend any time thinking about my financial situation.
Yeah, a lot of people don't.
You've been at it for a while, and you've been trying to kind of coax me, and you've been trying to tell me about your plans and your things, and for the last 5, 6, 7, 8 years, you've been on these programs that you've been running, and unfortunately, for me, I don't have the same situation. I am self-employed. I'm the roller coaster of peaks and valleys of finance, which means it's feast or famine for a small business, creative business like mine, a video production company. And what I do is kind of Well, my time is split into threes. I spend a third of my time looking for work.
Yeah.
I spend the other third of my time doing the work, and the other third of my time trying to get paid for the second third that I'm doing.
the three
It's
basics.
you're constantly you're in a brand new. I'm doing it again because if it was a job, if I just had to show up at one place, but I'm that one job ends, and then I have to go find a whole new job.
Yeah.
Like today, I met a woman today. She's an influencer. She's got videos on YouTube, and I'm not going to call her out and even talk about her, but we had a meeting today, and she said, "Well, great. I need help." I'm like, "Great." Well, I'll
Hold
say
up the
this much:
flag.
she's a doctor, and she says to me, "I need help. I've got a full-time job, medical practice. Then I also have this YouTube video empire that I'm trying
Side
to build.
hustle.
Side hustle, right?" And she makes money with that through the what is the you keep wanting me to get into
Oh, AdSense.
AdSense.
Yes.
So she mentioned AdSense. She said through that she's making some money.
Yeah.
And of course, some of her videos are rolling in 100,000 views. And of
Nice.
course, through AdSense, I'm sure, and through the other various portals that she's working through, and she's probably got a terrific following on Facebook, probably has a terrific following on Instagram and things like that. And of course, you spend again so much of your time trying to build that empire.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, this woman probably has products she promotes, and I'm going, wow, how can I help you? Well, most of it's, first of all, it's time.
Yeah.
With a full-time job and somebody just kind of texted me. Yeah, I'm going to have to look at that for a second. With a full-time job, and you have a full-time job.
I have two jobs.
This is my full-time job. Many things that I do, but you have a full-time job. This other person has a full-time job. So, and of course, if you have a family,
yes,
with kids at home and stuff like that, then you have to be diligent with your time. You have to make sure all the tumblers are tumbling and all the gears are greased, and make sure that from the time you wake up to the time you pass out at the end of the day, everything gets done and you can see the horizon for the next
some
day.
semblance of a schedule.
Right. You have to really schedule your time, and which is really about what we're doing is, it's good. It's good to you want to build a business. You want to make a new life, a bigger life, a richer life, but it does take time.
Oh, absolutely.
And I don't mean that it takes an amount of time. You need to do it for 5 years before you get, no, it takes time now. You need to dedicate daily, hourly time,
resources, and
to
time.
Either, manipulating enough thoughts into the right direction to what you need to be able to keep everything else moving.
Wear those
forward.
multiple hats.
Wearing a lot of hats. So I've always worn a lot of hats, and even today, I've spent, since before you came in today, I literally spent I got to work here today at 10 o'clock this morning, and which is kind of odd because I usually don't get, but somebody wanted to, one of our guys, Gene, kind of got me to come into the office to talk about a project. And of course, that went till noon, or actually went more like 1 o'clock. And then it was like 2 minutes of breathing in between that. I'm fidgeting with this stuff. You know what?
Do you want another candy bar?
Yeah, I probably do. I'm a little, high on chocolate at the moment. So, so it went from, a couple hour meeting, and then I had this other woman that came in, needed help with her, with the ability to produce and free up some of her time.
Yeah.
There's a point where you have to decide what your time is best spent at.
There's an old saying that it kind of fits right in what you're saying. It's, you know, are you working in the business or are you working on the business?
Yeah.
That is smart for her to say, I want to work on the business
Well-
by having someone else do some of that work. and
Right.
She can be doing more
I
work
can
in the
understand
business.
that. I can absolutely say if you have to do everything,
Yeah.
you'll do everything okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, if you
Lots of gaps in
if you
there.
can delegate, if you find the areas you want to invest in,
Mhm.
find some way to, if you're so busy building your website that you know, just because you can, and most people can figure out how to build a website.
Sure.
They're making it really easy
Yeah,
these
WordPress
days.
makes it really easy.
You know,
It really
WordPress
does.
and all the other services out there that you can jump in and throw some
Yeah,
money
just
at it and
drag
go.
and drop. Yeah.
But still, building a website is crazy amounts of time to massage it, manipulate it, and you could either find a friend or go to Fiverr, which I've done. I've actually, instead of just trying to fix my website, I go, you know what? I'm going to throw $20 at Fiverr and see if I can get someone to go in and give it an overhaul.
Yeah.
So as just an overhaul, just to fix a couple of issues.
Sure. Give some
and
love.
$20 versus a couple of days for me to kind of
or
go,
longer.
I can't figure this out. What do I, and people out there that put their support into put their business out on Fiverr, and they're just trying to attract new business.
Sure.
It's not because it's so cheap. It's they're making it, they're couponing is what they're doing. They're couponing to get you using their brand.
Yeah.
And then, then they're
Upsell you later.
They'll upsell you. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Sure.
So
You may like their work.
yeah, you may like their
Mhm.
work, you may connect, you may click.
That's what they want.
Or,
right?
Unfortunately, a lot of people just go in there, go, I'm going to get something cheap on Fiverr,
Yeah.
and that's great. Personally, I'm not a Fiverr kind of, I don't want to put myself out that way.
Yeah.
I don't want to put myself out that way. There are other ways I want to do it, but
Sure.
I don't think on Fiverr, there's enough competition out there. I don't need to be a Fiverr filmmaker.
Well, your business is not a $5 model no matter what you do.
It really shouldn't
not.
be if
No.
it is. And there, you can go on Fiverr and find people that make shoot and edit films.
Oh,
for you.
wow.
You can do that, and I get it.
I guess people have
But
a lot
there are
of time on
people
their
out
hands.
there. There are people out there that like work on websites,
Yeah.
and they do this in their sleep, and
Mhm.
they understand, they dream in code.
Yeah.
They understand, they know exactly what you do, and they can fix it in 2 minutes.
They could have 100 projects for $5 and still be $500 and be okay.
You know
with
what? And if it takes them a day to do all this stuff and
Yeah.
make a good, at the end of the day, you make a decent amount of
Yeah.
money, then sure. But it's also the upselling,
Yes.
because people get in, they think, oh, I can get something done for $20. And then they go, yeah, but can you also work on this thing
Yeah.
and then that thing and then
Mhm.
this other thing? And before you know it, you've spent 50.
Yeah.
And
Or
they're
more.
happy, you're happy, everybody, or even more. So I'm not anti-Fiverr at all. I've used it. I won't probably be a vendor
Yeah.
on Fiverr, but and the other one, Upwork, I think that's the other
I
one.
think Upwork is
And
another one.
I may not be a vendor, but I will advocate use
Sure.
of it, just
It has
to
its place.
try it one time, especially, and it frees up time, and it lessens the need for me to try and I don't want to be a coder. I don't want to be a web builder for my business. I just want to run my business.
Well, you know what it's great for is someone just wants a logo for their website. Because you know me, we've talked about this over the years, and I suck. I try to create one and I just don't have.
I think I vaguely recall a
Yeah.
logo that you made. This was probably 6-7 years ago, and you showed it to me, and I went,
Yeah.
did you just did you make it with Microsoft Word?
Probably.
Did you make a logo with Microsoft Word? I'm like, nothing wrong with Microsoft Word, but it's not meant to
Yeah.
make graphics with, because I know you didn't use Photoshop,
I don't remember
but
what
you probably used
well,
something with some clip art. Did
we're
you
not going there
use
with Photoshop.
So anyway, sorry, long story short, just talking to this woman, she's like, I need a support team,
Mhm.
and then you look at how many hours you'll spend, and of course she's in the business of putting out more
More
video,
yeah.
more video. She's got to have videos weekly, and with a full-time job, with maybe a family,
Sure.
with with all the things you need to do, and you're making money.
Yeah.
So now you have to figure out, well, how can I get more for less?
Yeah.
Which means how can I spend a little and get a whole lot more time?
And get my time back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
a big plus in that, no matter what.
So
you
there
do.
is a big plus, and and this is I advocate for all my filmmaker buddies out there. Don't worry that these apps are all over YouTube teaching anybody how to make their own video or make their own animation or make their own whiteboard video or anything like that. I gotta tell you, that's just flashy stuff.
Yeah.
Just to get into it, you're the clients that you work with, they might play around with it one time, so you might lose them for that one project, but the next one comes around, and before you know it, they're like, well, why do my videos all look like a whiteboard video?
Well, a lot of times they need that expertise to put it together.
And they need to, your clients will experiment with them and realize, I'm spending more time figuring out this app.
Yeah.
And I'm a CEO of a company and I don't have time to do that.
Yeah.
So they'll come back. They will come back and they'll realize that there's no quick button. There's no easy button. Like you find at the office supply store.
They have one at Target,
there is no easy button to do what we do, to make content for people. Everybody's different. If it was an easy button, if there was one size fits all, then I wouldn't be at work at all, because people would just go to the one Facebook page and say, I want to make a video with me in it, and hit the button and go, and we're done. Nope, sorry, it doesn't exist. But so my clients have all probably tested those waters and then realized, oh yeah, that's a lot of time. I'm saving money. I just saved $300. And then what did I spend in time doing all that? And why didn't I get anything done? I didn't balance my books. I didn't do any new sales, but I did spend an entire week making a 2-minute whiteboard video.
Well, you realize at that point in time that the faster you get a video like that out, especially if your views are what are getting you your AdSense, the quicker you get it into the play, and you already have a following, the quicker you're going to get paid back for it. So it does make sense.
Well, that's, so all that stuff in a nutshell is, it's time. It's buying back. A lot of it's just buying back time. If you're doing business, where can you get, the one commodity it's really hard to get is time, and you have to pay for it in different, you hire help, you hire assistants, you use a service, you use you get a subcontractor, you find more time. And then you have to figure out and I'll say this again, how is the juice worth the squeeze? Let me get rid of the like, follow, and share here. That's,
I just put it up.
Oh, you did?
That's all right.
Oh, well, we'll put it up in a little while.
Yeah, that's fine.
I wanted the phone number up and it was getting a little crowded. So,
gotcha.
So here we are. I spent my entire day in meetings.
Yeah.
But, I had other work to get done today.
Which can be productive, but a lot of times they're not. But
and I had to have physical work I needed to get done today. Trevor and I were working in the back studio on a project, and the brand new studio that we built last couple of weeks, and now that we premiered it last week at Thrive Live, then here we are now I need to get it out on social media and make sure. So trying to do all that, and of course we couldn't get it finished because the show was coming and people kept walking in the door. And that's is a good thing. But I am, time today for me just got away from me.
Yeah, sure.
I could not,
it's easy
I
to
could
do.
not rodeo the time in my favor. It just, the day got away, and we didn't get as much done as we wanted to. But I met some new people, got a couple of new projects in the hopper. We are doing some interesting things now with, talking about a reality TV show and another thing. And of course, in the last 20 minutes, you were looking at this other thing that I just found.
Yeah, actually, it's interesting. I think we should talk about that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna see if I can do a share here, a screen share. So apologize from my. Let's go ahead and do a share. Also, while we're talking about all this, if you are watching us online, hey, why don't you give us a call? The number's at the bottom of the screen, or just chat in the comment section, and we'll respond. I promise we will respond. So we're gonna do a screen share here. Let me get to the Chrome tab. Amazon share. Okay, let's see if I've got it here. You're going to have to let me know if it freezes up. Sometimes it freezes up. It seems to be doing well right now. Let me get rid of the phone number because it's going to block some of the content. So, no, maybe not so much. Let me leave the phone number up. So, again, if you want to give us a call live, we're taking phone calls, and 407-924-3946. So I'm going to go to, this wasn't exactly, kind of got stuck. So I learned something today called Amazon Live, which is a streaming platform for shoppers. This is crazy. This is, I'm in the frequently asked. Let me go to the home part of Amazon Live. So it seems that Amazon is sponsoring webcasters like what we're doing, only what are they doing? Of course, they're driving products.
Yes.
Look at this. I mean, just this little sample video of this guy. There's a sample video of this guy, and he's, of course, there's a robotic lawnmower. There's a woman doing fitness and toning up, and there's a guy doing haircuts. Wow. I'm sure they're selling products. And of course, I've gone beyond this. Of course, there's an app for your phone. I'm guessing you can live stream on Amazon. Where was let's see, let's look at the influencers. And of course they want you to sign up. Let me go back because I saw, I'm going to do this.
That one page that had like all the
videos. I want to get
pretty impressive actually. It's
nope. Wow. We're just we're all over the place now. So let me go back.
That was just Amazon. I think you just searched.
I'm just going to keep going back till I start seeing the things I was seeing before. Here it is.
There you go.
So when I first got into Amazon Live, and it's like Amazon.com/live. And of course, this is what I found, which is a whole mess of, and there's people live right now, fashion finds. Looks like a lot of health and beauty from just a gloss over look. How to organize your kitchen, hygiene must-haves, steal deals. And I'm kind of looking for my area of expertise, which be cameras, equipment, tech, all kinds of stuff. So I'm looking at this and realizing that they are streaming. Basically, it's a home shopping
pretty much
club.
Yeah. All built into one.
And when you click on somebody that happens to be live, like if I click on this person and they're live at the moment and they've got, all things kind of happen. I won't put the sound up, but Sway TV is up there. And guess what? Everything looks like everything she's promoting and supporting
right there
is right below. So it looks like on first glance that anything she's promoting, talking about, whatever is happening right below her. So I'm guessing if we click on something, buy it,
someone made some money.
Then these people probably got a little commission. So if you haven't really wondered how Amazon is paying for your promoting of their products, this is probably a big part of it right here. So for all you with a following, if you're an influencer, then you gotta figure out what's your specialty, how to attach that specialty to a product that, of course, Amazon sells. That's what they like.
Well, these are very focused, obviously.
Absolutely.
So
you sell something that Amazon, you promote something that Amazon sells, and of course they will put you out onto their platform here. And it looks like this said it was inventors of phone soap Shark Tank product. Well, you know what that's all about. So they're definitely doing well then.
Yeah.
I don't see any numbers like YouTube gives you numbers. I don't
Actually, up at the top, 111. See, there's
where oh right.
yeah.
So it's 111 people watching.
Nice.
You know, and it shows them live this very moment. And of course let's look at some of the chats. I mean, now do you connect these? So it's people talking about products. You know, yeah, we could absolutely do something
we
like
need to explore
this.
this.
I'm such a techie that I could get in here and talk for hours
Sure.
about any of the most recent pieces of tech that I've purchased, and
Yeah.
I do purchase my fair share of it. So you know, I'm kind of liking the fact that, you know, it's because as a webcaster, we're looking for how do we monetize.
Yes.
And of course, we have to go out and get thousands and thousands of views and this, that, and the other. And of course, you know, I'm not saying everything everything out of my mouth should be trying to sell a product.
Sure.
That is one side of the business.
Correct.
You know, home shopping is kind of a, you know, it's a very specific game. You know, it's not for everybody, but if you're already, you know, a big consumer of many products, then you might as well, you know, slice off some of that valuable time and go ahead and try and make some, you know, be that influencer.
I would wonder though if this is click to view, meaning it's similar to Facebook. You know, once you put up a video on there, it stays on there.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if these are actually live or if they are pre-recorded live, you know, pre-recorded of a live thing that you can, you know, because there's a big warehouse on there,
right,
of ones to click on. That's a lot of live sessions all at one time. Now they could be, but they may also be click to view. I mean, obviously comments and
once
stuff
they're not live, they become click to view. Clearly, they become click to view,
which is still awesome because the products are probably still at the bottom, which means you would still be the person that are referring them based on your video content. That's a slick idea.
Yeah, I mean, this is something. I don't know how long this has been going on. Obviously, it's been going on for a while.
I've never heard of it.
But no, this was news to me. Yeah. And the person I met today, she told me that she was approached by Amazon, which means they saw her followers. Numbers. She's also in a business that might be sought after.
Oh yes.
You know, in the product sales department. Sure. So without going too far, I don't want to put someone else's business on the street without at least talking to them first. But I'm kind of going through this and going, wow. I mean, here's a monitor review. Now, these are not live, clearly. So if somebody was actually watching a TV, do we have do we have to see it live to see numbers? Previously live, it says.
Oh, okay.
Stream live 1 hour ago. That's kind of neat.
Nice.
I can follow, which allows me to
get updates on them. And if they,
get updates. And if they go live, I'm sure, click to follow, unmute to listen. And then, of course, what's the little Twitter?
That's probably in their
some sort of link
something they put in. Yeah, somehow or another they're imposing that so you can follow them on different there.
There's a TikTok and Twitter and digital.
Nice.
So they're connected. That's YouTube.
That's smart.
There's some and that's what's that one? I know that one. That's a blogger platform, isn't it?
Wasn't it the one we is that Twitch?
Oh, might have been.
I think it may have been Twitch.
Facebook reviews. I mean, that's connected and it's kind of neat. So, without really, of course, I can jump ahead because obviously they're. So here's a guy trying to promote a monitor, doing a little product. I've done these before. Yeah. I've actually bought a piece of gear and said, I sit right here in this room and I go, all right, I like this. I just opened up the box. I don't have to. A lot of times people like to open the box up and show you, oh, look at the packaging, and I'm like, crap.
Yeah,
rip the thing open the damn thing up, and
we'll skip
to
that
it.
5 minutes.
Let's remove the 5 minutes of look at the packaging, the cardboard that it comes. I mean, really.
Now, a monitor may be a good thing to know that it's going to come to you in one piece, but
I guess this might be like it said Digital David. So I guess if we went to YouTube and hit the word Digital David, we're probably going to see this video.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't know if maybe even, this stuff is being hosted somewhere else.
A lot of times they don't let you cross-platform the content itself, but we'd have to look in. We're gonna have to look into that.
Am I still up on there? I'm not frozen or anything.
No.
So if I click over to I click over to YouTube, are you still seeing the original Amazon?
I see the Amazon.
Okay.
Behind it, yes.
Okay. So you're not seeing
because you're not sharing that. Yeah, you're sharing. Yeah,
okay.
You're good. You're good.
I'm kind of curious what Digital David looks like over here on. I'm going to do a quick search without sharing it. So, Digital David. I'm kind of curious what's going to happen. Is David going to be? And he might probably just record it and replace it. That's probably him.
Yeah, right there.
Yep. So. Digital David, and there he is screwing around with a monitor.
With
different
another
video.
monitor.
4 views, 35 views, nothing really crazy.
Oh, those are different people, I think.
No, Digital David. Digital David.
Yeah,
this is a music video.
Yeah,
This is
he's
something else. 12,000 views 1 year ago.
6.2.
Where?
6.2 thousand views on.
Okay.
So,
all right, I should be sharing this if we're going to keep talking about it. But anyway, so let me go ahead and.
So he's obviously converting.
Right.
Something in dollars.
Right.
Just by, doing this type of content. So this is not a bad side hustle. It really isn't.
So some of his videos, I don't know if he's an influencer. He's had some decent, from looking at his YouTube, he's had some decent 6,000 views, but nothing staggeringly huge.
Yeah, sure.
In fact, some of the stuff 4 days ago, 5 days ago, a week ago, you're talking about 100 views, 60 views, 200 views. Now he's got some other stuff that hit 4,000, 5,000, but he's not hitting those numbers
consistently.
Like 200,000 views. He's not really hitting some massive numbers.
Yeah.
But yet he is here. So clearly they, and of course we don't really see at this point how many people said he was live an hour ago.
Yeah,
we haven't seen.
He probably gets it, but
yeah. So we're kind of wondering how that, how you can kind of. I'm trying to understand how many people are actually trying.
I mean, the question would be is if you started off on a platform like that, and you start out with just that one video,
right?
Is that enough to even, I mean, you could possibly get picked out of the, the meld of all the videos that are on there,
right?
And maybe you start getting some followers, and obviously you're promoted on other things. We do a webcast, we can promote it there.
I wish I could see some numbers here,
sure.
Not just in the live, but the people that have actually what kind of numbers they're getting off of this DIY coffee shop recipes. Ooh, could be interesting. So anyway, another long story short or shortened. Amazon Live, it's going to hopefully be one of my new bestie friends.
I think so.
Just got to figure out a way to, if you have to be invited,
I don't know. Or if you could sign up,
if you can just sign up and begin. I would much rather sign up and begin because I've got plenty to talk about when it comes to shopping for like phone, like camera, tech, gadgets, stuff like that.
We've got 7 days to hopefully come up with some more information.
All right, we're going to be live. I think in the next week we're gonna, if we can, we will. We'll go live on Amazon, and we'll have something else to kind of say, hey, look, this is what we did, and start this, whatever this is going to be.
Yeah.
So this is for those of you trying to do this on a. Kind of go back to us. For those of you trying to, maybe you got a product, maybe you're trying to promote a service or a business, and you've got some clout, you can talk about something, and maybe you can relate that to an Amazon shopper.
Actually, a lot of times is you just have a hot product.
Yeah.
It just happens to be one
Or
that
I
a bunch of
wanted
people are
this so
buying.
much. I wanted
Yeah.
this, and I'm absolutely thrilled that
Sure.
when I bought it,
Yeah.
I was on the fence and I dove in, and here it is, and
Mhm.
now I'm going to talk wonders about it. And then Amazon loves that. They get, I'm sure they, I'm sure
Their
they
numbers
get
go through the
really
roof.
excited because that makes, for one, they can apply that to those ratings. And when you
Yes.
shop on Amazon,
Sure.
I'm sure they found a way to shoot that over to their ratings
Oh, sure.
section, possibly even, who knows. You would think while you're shopping for Amazon products, we would have seen something like, ooh, there's somebody that's talking about that product on Amazon Live.
Yeah.
I'm
surprised that we haven't by now.
Because I'm on Amazon every day.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of an addict. And you would think, why not? And we can actually kind of remove. Boom. Here we are, and we're back.
So that's interesting. I think that's very interesting.
I think if anything,
kind of takes the next level to what we're doing here.
I think even with Thrive, I think if we can find something that would help us in the Amazon world,
sure,
we should be
exploring it
as a way to monetize the stream.
It takes the pressure off of monetizing the stream itself.
Otherwise, when we're not, and I'm going to let you kind of think about what you want to do in the next thing, but whilst we're kind of wrapping up the Amazon segment, we're also going to be showcasing our little, the Thrive. The mug's not here; it's in my office, so
it looks just like that, though.
Yeah, you too can have one of these wonders.
My wife uses that all the time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Did she pay for that, or
no? It was a nice present from.
Okay,
Uncle
you brought
Dean.
Home. Yes. I
but she loves it.
Like
she uses
it.
a lot.
The quality was better than I thought, and I didn't really just want to make it a modern day Thrive.
Yeah.
I just wanted it to be, I don't know, inspirational.
I think you got a good choice on that.
And,
I think it worked out pretty good.
So we're going to be doing more. I want to develop more and have more of these things out there.
Sure.
And we use a third-party company.
Thought about bringing it in house, but it kind of got a little. Is it really worth it?
Yeah,
it's not our business model.
I don't want to start a mug making business, so we found a.
They say
it's
pretty profitable though, but
but again, it's one of those things.
You got to market it.
If you've got a full-time job, how many hours a day do you want to spend making mugs?
Yes,
and then
not many.
We use Etsy as our portal for sales. Not saying that we also have the what was this Bonfire? Sorry, Bonfire. We've got this other thing where we've got other things kind of happening with some t-shirts, and we're doing more with that. But again, that's something. Do we, no one's going to retire on t-shirt sales on this, it's just not going to happen.
If anything, it's more promotional.
It's just, we're trying some things out, and some things, now I could spend a good part of my week putting 200 t-shirts in here, designing 200 t-shirts. And again, as part of the whole, I'm going to get back my time.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to make a few bucks on a t-shirt, I better sell 100,000 of them just to make it, even 100 of them, just to make it worth the time I'm going to spend. So again, this is part of the thing now. All right, let's get out of this, put this away. So time.
All right. We can talk all day about that.
But you've recently you've got little worker bees at home.
I do actually. So let me. It's getting real interesting.
Okay.
And I've been and a lot of it's based on crypto right now.
Right.
And it'll work into other things later, but most of it's crypto. And a lot of what I was doing in the beginning was really time intensive.
Okay.
I was either sitting in front of my phone when I was doing nothing and just clicking buttons, and earning crypto. But it was peanuts,
right.
Not even pennies on the dollar.
Right.
The pennies came later, but they did, and they added up, and it's, amounted me a decent amount of crypto. But now I'm rethinking that a little bit. And one is, as we know, which viewers may not, but I bought an actual appliance, a server that goes into a server farm.
Right. So that's been in place how long now?
So it was probably about a week and a half.
Week and a half, 10 days.
Yeah. So, and
About 10
actually,
days. So you've got a computer in a server farm, just churning out, constantly
and
churning
actually,
out.
I just got paid right before the show.
Yeah.
Usually it's supposed to be Friday. So last week I got a payment of 53.
Yeah.
Which goes straight into an interest-based account. And then this week it was 83.
Okay.
So, and I'm sure with all the fluctuations in Bitcoin that affected it, which is fine.
Okay.
You know, for me, it's long-term,
Okay.
you know, and it's an ATM machine as far as I'm concerned. It'll always produce something every week.
All right. So
and I don't have to do anything.
Do we want to share the server farm business?
I don't know if I have anything ready for that the actual, but I can try to get something because they're pretty good companies.
So
but they're all over the place.
It was an investment of like 6,000.
That was around 6,000. Yeah.
Okay.
If I had bought more, it would have been cheaper. But
of course, this company, they build it, they rack it, they power it, they maintain it.
Yep.
And then they siphon Bitcoin.
Correct.
To you.
Correct.
And they keep a nice chunk of money out of it. 10%, 20%.
It's 25.
25%. They take 25% of your money.
25% on if I have a single server. If I have more servers, it goes down and down and down and down.
Okay.
Which I may consider later. I'm kind of gonna let it go for 6 months or so just to make sure that it's worth the money.
And a daily return you're looking at.
So 83 for 7 days.
$83.
That's what I got. I got 83 in Bitcoin.
Okay. For 7 days.
For 7 days. And it was pretty volatile last week.
Okay.
So there were some pretty big dips. So I would imagine, you know, when it dips in the upper direction, it's gonna go in the other direction.
Now 2 weeks ago it dipped, or almost 3 weeks ago it dipped hard.
Yeah.
It dipped back down to 48,000, 49,000, but then of course it's now back up to it was up
57,
it was up to 57. I just looked just now, and it's like at 56, so it dipped a little bit, but we're talking 150
because it's in one of these patterns.
2% dip.
I don't expect anything great. But when, you know, as we were watching Doge last week and went like this, and Bitcoin will do that again. That's when I expect to see some really good numbers.
I guess now Doge is currently at 58 cents.
Yeah, it's been doing really well.
Cardano jumped big time. It was at $1.30 for a while, and it's at $1.67.
So is Algorand.
Yeah, don't talk to me about Algorand.
You should have bought it.
Tron is at 15 cents.
Yeah, Tron's doing pretty good. It's actually, you know, in retrospect to where it was, you know, 6 months ago, it was probably like 3 cents or 2 cents.
Trying to find, just look up Algorand and see what's.
But Algorand's doing good, and also not only do I have the server in the server farm, I bought a new computer for home.
Okay.
And the computer I bought from home, I use a program called NiceHash.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's basically a mining program.
Okay.
And currently, I do have 6 resources at it. 3 of them aren't really doing much, so I may pull them out at a later time. I'm going to add more boxes that are dedicated. So in the first day I had it in, you know, it produced about $4.22.
Nice.
That's I got no complaints there, you know.
Right.
And you
paid how much for this one?
It was $1,400.
Right.
And it's about a year payoff if everything keeps going the way it is. And again, the money when it gets to 50,000 as far as Satoshi, which is the Satoshi number,
right,
which was about $20-some.
Okay.
Probably closer to 28, something like that. And it fluctuates as the Bitcoin price goes up.
Yeah. So let's just call it dollars right now.
Yeah.
We all know if we're into it, we know it.
Yeah. Dollars makes sense.
You know,
so
yes, because once it's a Satoshi,
the smallest.
Once it's a Satoshi, then it's just a fraction of whatever that, you know, and then it's still, if you bought a Bitcoin, even though Bitcoin's at 56,000, if you were to convert it back to US, you're back in dollars anyway. So you might as well just you're going to spend $1,000 on Bitcoin, call it what it is, call it 1,000 on Bitcoin. So, So you bought this server, and now that's actually something sitting in your house.
Yep.
You didn't have to have someone maintain it. You
Nope.
just have to turn it on
And let it go.
and let it go. And now that's pulling down how much you said again?
So the first day, which in a 24-hour window, was about $4.22.
So that could technically be about $120 a month,
something like that, yeah.
for something you paid $1,500 for.
And this is kind of my mind philosophy. It's the reason I like Algorand. I like getting paid on a daily.
right.
This thing, because of the amount of resources I had, it pays me every 4 hours.
Right.
It hasn't missed since I put it in place. It whatever the amount is, it has to get to
No.
1,000 before it'll put it in your local, and then 50,000 before you can transfer it out. So, you know, and actually, I'm going to do a quick share here. Let me do a quick share. Share screen. Chrome tab. Bring that guy up here. All right. So this is kind of the back end of my NiceHash platform.
Right.
It's not the actual mining piece, but this is how I track it. And it kind of goes around like refresh is kind of weird. So I have 6, as you can see, active rigs, and one of them that's down.
Mhm.
And that's kind of happens. That's why you do have to at least, keep an eye on it. And currently this number right here, 8640,
Yeah.
which does fluctuate, but that's right now what
Satoshi.
all of my rigs down here
Right.
are producing right now.
Okay.
This 1503, so I'm above 1,000,
Right.
is where I'm at currently, which actually sweet, actually, because that's really high. It's been kicking today.
Guess what? George is happy.
Well, I am, because
he found a number he likes.
in 12. I think that's the highest number I've got in the 4-hour period. So in 12 minutes,
I remember when Doge was at 7 cents
Oh,
and
I
it went
know.
up to like 10, you were going,
I'm like,
I am so happy.
oh.
I'm so happy. At 10 cents.
I know.
And
Isn't
I
it
won't
crazy to be
even-
happy over those kind of numbers?
It
But
went up 3 whole pennies.
I know. But I had a lot of coins.
But when
so
you
it
have
made sense,
200,000 of
yeah.
them, you kind of like having
Yeah. 3 cents is a good number.
Yeah.
But so in 11 minutes, because it's above 1,000, it's going to transfer that over to this number to the right, and it's going to add 1509 to my 10,173. And then 4 hours later, it's going to do the same thing. The number may be different. So just real quick, not to bore everyone, but these numbers over here on the right, yeah, I know. This is what it's been doing. So 1312, 1293, 1243, 1230.
Nice.
So it's basically, this is another ATM. Now, this is equivalent to about 70, 60 cents, but over the day, it's about $4.20.
Nice.
And it may vary. So I am happy about this. My goal is to get my household inside my house producing at least $20 a day. I think that's a good number. Because I can pay all
20,
kinds of
30, that's $600
That's
a
what I'm
month.
saying. I can
600 a month.
I
That
could
that
be-
can pay for someone's mortgage.
Well, and so this goes to Coinbase at
Mm.
a particular time, and
Right.
then right now it's just sitting in Bitcoin. Even though I have other Bitcoin elsewhere,
Right.
I'm going to leave it in Coinbase,
All right.
and I'm waiting for Algo to drop, and then I'll drop it
Yeah.
into Algo, and hopefully Bitcoin goes up at that
You
point.
stole my idea.
I will buy so much Algorand, and
Yeah.
I'm getting very good interest on Algorand. So why
right,
not?
because of the 6%.
Yeah.
The return. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna stop that because I don't need to bore everyone.
As folks, that's what we're doing. We are waiting for Algorand.
We are actually. I like Algorand. I really do.
We are waiting for Algorand to drop, and then we had a drop about 2 weeks ago, and it dropped to under $1, which was the lowest it's been in a couple of months, and then it only dropped for like a day, and then it started crawling back up, and now it's like at $1.50. So yeah, it's something that George and I are I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting.
Sure.
I'm just waiting to strike again. And there's so many times you can watch a pattern before you go, yeah, I got to do it this time.
It's funny because the other day I got another free video from Coinbase.
Yeah.
And so I capped it. It was $3.
Yeah.
I popped it into Algorand because I was only getting about 956 Satoshi
Yeah.
of interest every day. It's now up to 1,100 and some just from that $3. So you imagine when I put that $20 on it, what it's
Yeah.
going to do.
Well, I cashed out Algorand when it hit like a $1.56.
Yeah.
And it had maxed out at like $1.89, something like that. And then I saw it coming down, and I figured, I'm gonna cash out. I got in cheap.
Sure.
I think I got in
Takes
at
the profit off the table.
56 cents, and I actually playing with the house's money now.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, and I think and we talked to my brother a few weeks ago when he called into the show.
He should call back in. That was a good conversation.
Yeah, I talked to him earlier today about another personal matter, but yeah, we he hasn't, actually we didn't talk about his coin, but I remember he saying Cardano.
Yeah.
I remember he saying he got into Cardano.
Mhm.
It was like, that's what he did 3 weeks ago. And I go, why'd you do that? It's been a sleeper. Hasn't done anything.
Yeah.
It didn't go up, didn't go down. It's been like
Sleepers
$1.30.
can surprise you.
It's been about $1.30. And then, so I don't know how much he bought. He might have just screw around money. And then of course I just looked at Cardano and I think I've got it here still in whatever prices. I'll click on prices, and I know it was sitting right there near the top. Come on, show me. Anyways, it was like $1.50, $1.60. There it is, $1.66. So 36 cents. So
Wow.
it jumped up a good,
Nice.
it was at $1.30. Now it's $1.60, 30 cents. What is that?
I mean, if you got thousands of them, it's a good number.
10% jump.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's
and he was doing it because I think
that's more like a 20% jump.
If I remember correctly, we were talking about he was kind of following a scenario of another product that was going to be utilizing that, and that's where you get your best.
Well, you do some homework. Sure.
Yeah, you do your homework and you get your best opportunities. And
so I'm like, I've been watching since he said that. I've been watching it, and it's done nothing. It's done nothing, and all of a sudden, boom, jumps up 30 cents. And if you own 100 of them, that's $30.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
More.
So those are big jumps.
Yeah.
How often? I mean, I look at my coin portfolio and I go, oh, that one just jumped up $20.
Yeah.
How often do you kind of find $20 in your bank account?
Never.
Than you had the day before.
Yeah.
And then if you've got 10 of these coins and they all jump up $10, and all of a sudden now your portfolio jumps up $100.
You would have
and I've been watching my portfolio, since that, I want to say that little mini crash 2 weeks ago. Well, let's just call it a crash, because when Bitcoin dropped down to 49,000, pullback.
Yeah, it's called pullback.
When
that crash word.
Let's go. Yeah, we'll call it a crash, whatever. But when it did drop, when it bounced back like that, and it pulled back, I wasn't really worried, because first of all, I'm not into Bitcoin, so that was a big thing. That was the leader that dropped. It was,
I think it went down 10 in one day.
It went from as high as 59 to down to 49. So it went down like $10,000, which is 20% dip.
Yeah.
Which is massive, kind of colossal.
Sure.
And I'm even looking at the prices, and it's looking like a lot of negatives here. Bitcoin did a 1% change, Ethereum almost 1%, 3%. Dogecoin went down 10%.
Yeah.
So,
but it's still a nice number.
That's still a tenth of 58 cents a coin.
Yeah.
So that's 5.8 cents a coin. So
it was 7 cents how long ago? So it's still
right. But now it's a 58 cents coin as far as we're concerned. It's not 7 cents anymore. Now it's 58 cents. And I'm a little annoyed by that, because I really want to get into that. My Stellar Lumens has kind of been creeping up a little bit, which is good. Nothing's going crazy, but
and also with Dogecoin, there are several other vendors that are going to start picking it up.
Right.
Nice Hatch, which I'm using, is going to start allowing me to mine Doge.
Yeah.
So I'm not buying any more Doge, but I'll mine it.
I would probably start buying Doge even now.
Sure.
I'd buy it 50 cents or whatever.
I think it's got a lot of room to go.
And or I will just wait and see if anything drops.
Sure.
And if it goes down to 20 cents,
Yeah, let it go
and
through
then
a dip
20 cents
period.
a coin, buy 100 of them, whatever. Of course, I can't buy 200,000 of them when it was 0.0000
I
whatever
know.
cents a coin, like some people got in. But you know what? You like my brother was doing. It's like, I just want to ride the wave.
Yeah, sure.
Spot a wave, jump on, know when it's about to end,
Yeah,
and then
Get
get
out.
off
take some profit.
and take your profit and move on. Find another wave.
Sure.
And
They're out there.
that's what can make it fun. And if you're only doing it for $10 here, $20 there,
Yeah.
you're getting at least a way to, what do you call it? You get the experience that you need to maybe notice. Like you and I are waiting on the right time to buy Al Grant, and I did. I bought it at the beginning, and I didn't even understand what the hell I was doing. But I bought Al Grant at 56 cents, and then I sold it at $1.56.
Nice.
So I cleared out a buck a coin for as many as I had,
Yeah.
and so now I'm kind of going, let's find another wave. Let's
Yeah.
And I missed that hole when it dropped to 99, just under $1, and I was like, that would have been a good time, but there'll be other good times, and there's other coins that actually show movement that you can actually jump in and around.
Sure.
Anyway, so so now you've got your little coin mining operation.
Got my little ATMs running.
Two computers. I don't know how many other devices you got running.
I got a lot more running, and they're kind of different phases of projects. They take longer to get there,
and
but they'll get there.
You're taking old cell phones and anything
cell
that
phones,
you can
tablets,
anything that you can run an app or get it on Wi-Fi, run an app.
I don't care if the screen's broken,
as long as you can run it.
I do. I have computers in the room that the screens are cracked on it. As long as it's not a touch screen or something, even a cell phone. You can just click a couple buttons. As long as they can sit and run, they add up over time.
Right.
So I'm all about creating, cash register machines. And, I realize right now I am adding more power to my house, but a lot of this is going to allow me to get to the point where I go solar, and I'm not going to care. It's not going to matter.
Yeah.
I'll just make sure I outfit enough solar for what I plan on doing.
It'll
be a negative at the end of the day.
You could probably buy 2 solar panels at
Maybe
Harbor Freight,
possibly
for a couple $100.
Yeah.
You wait for a coupon, which they do all the time.
I've thought about it.
You could, and those push a couple 100 watts.
Yeah.
And you need a car battery and whatever kit they sell you, and
you got to get some inverters and things like that.
And you could probably, for less than $300-400, you could probably power your garage, all the laptops and computers and whatnot.
Put an AC in there too.
And well, I don't know about that, but there's some mathematics you have to do to make sure you're cooking enough sun to do it. And of course, then you have to have power to get through the evening hours.
Yes.
So you got 12 hours of evening hours that's siphoning coins, and you still need to kind of do what you want to do. So
that's kind of my right now where I'm at in the planning phase is obviously, I put some cash out.
Yeah.
So I'm looking to recoup some of it before I spend more.
Right.
I also, I'm just going to click on this real quick. This was a blog post I put out on the blog.
Modern Day Thrive.
I'm not going to actually bring the post up. I'm just going to put the up so people can go watch it.
30 years to pay off your mortgage.
I have calculated 6.5 years at a current rate where I'm starting at.
Yeah.
To be completely debt free, and I think that's a high number. That's just based on raw numbers. I didn't even calculate any of the crypto in there.
Are you talking like the idea of if you're pulling together, you said $20 a day?
I'm not even including in this article my crypto at this point because it wasn't there.
Right.
But I will update it later once I know how I'm going to use it. I haven't figured that out yet.
Right. Okay.
Because there's a couple things, my big server puts it into what's called a Celsius account, which earns interest.
Right.
I can also borrow from that.
Right.
I can borrow at 1%.
Right.
Why would I not drive some of my more expensive down at 1%? In 6 months, $500 will cost me $2.
Yeah.
It makes no sense not to utilize that. So once I start putting that in the mix,
right,
that's really going to start driving down my expensive debt.
Right.
Allow me to pay stuff off quicker. and the money that's coming out of my home is going to go towards potentially paying stuff off as well. So didn't even have this, I haven't refinanced my house yet. As soon as that comes into play, that'll change the calculations.
Okay.
So, but 6.5 years just on the raw numbers alone, which is why I say that I think that's high. I think it's going to be 3.5 to 4 years. And that's being very aggressive.
I would equate that to how many. Of course, I have to make my mortgage, but on top of that, I have to make some other. I have to overpay basically.
Sure,
I have to pay principal down, and of course, how much do you have to pay if you've got a balance of $100,000 on your house? Now, you might not have that, but some people probably.
Mine's $237,000 total. Everything.
And you think. But still, in 6 years, if you do the math, that's 6 years, 72 months, 72 months to pay off 200,000. Let's just round it down to 200,000.
Sure.
72 months, that's like $3,000 a month.
Well, my initial payment,
if you're not paying the acquired the interest on the existing,
I'm paying my minimum payments as well.
All right, so you're already paying that, but now if you want to attack. So we're talking 72 months, 6 years, like you're taking a 6-year loan for $200,000. 6-year loan at $200,000 is I mean, it's 30-something thousand a year. So you're actually having to spend an extra $30,000 a year for the next 6 years.
I'm good with that, actually.
Okay. No, I'm just saying the math is
Well,
so I can actually do this, pull numbers out. I'm not Rain Man, but I can.
Here's the quick math, and obviously it's all in the article. I actually put it in there. So
right.
My starting amount is $1,440. So every month I have accumulated enough cash flow in my life,
right,
that I have $1,440 available on top of paying all my bills. So I have my bills sliced out to in a certain order.
Right.
My first bill happens to be my Home Depot card because my hot water heater died.
Yeah.
That'll be paid off in 2 months.
Unfortunately, stuff like
after
that.
I pay that off in 2 months, my next amount goes to $1,550 something. So you can see how it kind of goes through it. So by the time I get to my mortgage,
right,
on top of paying my payments now, which the mortgage will have come down quite a bit,
right,
as well as everything else I'm paying. That's why I say it's going to probably be less.
Right.
My mortgage payment will be around $3,400.
Because once you're paying more principal down, you're paying your monthly is going to change.
Oh yes, definitely.
Based on the saying, and
say you do this,
say you're able to pay down $3,000 a month for the next 12 months. So now all of a sudden your mortgage has dropped $36,000 because you paid that extra principal.
Mortgages last, actually. I'm only minimum payments on everything but that bottom one.
Right.
And as long as I keep rolling them up, so I'm using the snowball effect,
right,
which is a pretty common,
$3,000 a month.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
Yeah.
I'm going to continue to add,
and that's the
assets.
Overpay. Your standard mortgage payment will probably likely drop, but you don't want it to drop. You want to keep.
I'm okay with it dropping. Here's why.
Yeah.
When it drops, and actually any of these resources on the right, if they drop, you take that additional amount and you drop it on the very first one you're on.
Yeah.
It increases your payoff here, which increases you going to the right faster.
Right.
You don't worry about because trying to attack your mortgage with the BB, you're not going to get very far.
Yeah.
But I'm building a boulder. You throw a boulder at it, it's a big different story. You know.
I'm not sure I'm getting the reference, but that's okay. No, it's
pickup blocks. Let's look at pickup blocks.
It's okay. I just look at the hard numbers like 3,000, 6 years, 72 months.
Oh, it's aggressive. No, trust me, I'm with you.
3,000 a month. Yeah, that gets you close to that area, and of course, not even worrying about the interest.
I'm not,
and all that stuff. I'm just saying the hardcore, just paying over your payment to get out of that, because your payment is and that's going to drop a little bit too.
Sure.
But you're going to have to hit this point where the money, the principal payments you're making is going to substantially decrease the amount of.
Sure.
Then you're paying. Then your mortgage payment is you're not paying interest anymore.
Yeah, sure.
You know, because
Well,
once
you always,
once
teeny
you,
bits,
yeah,
yeah.
but it becomes a
A
lot
lot
smaller
smaller. Yeah.
because when you start a mortgage, you're pretty much
Oh, it's
paying
like
interest for the
95%,
first 10,
yeah.
20 years.
Yeah.
And then it's at the end where you're actually paying the principal.
Yeah.
So that's how you're able to, you know, and yeah, 6 years. Wow.
It's
Wow.
doable.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, I'm not saying it's not, and will I run into bumps? Sure. I may have a month where I can't do, I
Right.
can't put the amount of money.
And that's
You know what?
fine. You
Who
just
cares?
push it a month.
I
And
just go to the next month.
here's $3,000 I need to put somewhere else. Need
Yeah.
a roof, need
Yeah.
a AC unit, need a whatever, need a car.
For me, it's a no stress type product.
Yeah.
It's, you know, it's, but it is a, you know, it's how I'm looking at, God, you know, if I have all that out of the way, the cost of living goes down tremendously. And you can
Yeah.
invest more. You can, you know, everything just flows better. You know, it's less stress.
It's whatever it's a lot of work. You're either working multiple jobs to try and do this,
Sure.
or you're making your computers and
Yeah.
assets work for you.
Mhm.
And then
Absolutely.
of course, yeah. So sometimes it is, you know, last year I got out of a bunch of debt and
Mhm.
it was a big, just slam it, you know.
Yeah.
I could not, because, you know, if you have a windfall in a small business, when you, oh, I got some extra money, what do you do with it? Get rid of the high interest cards.
Yes, definitely.
First of all, get rid of it.
Sure.
Don't go on a vacation.
It's just a plague
This
on
is
you.
the time where you know, you've got the ability to get out of those high interest cards. And I haven't looked back, man. I don't miss them at all.
I bet.
And of course, in the last 6 months, 8 months since I've gotten out of those, I do not even think about using those credit cards again.
Yeah.
You know, it better be a massive, colossal something. And even then, I wouldn't even probably do it.
Yeah, come up with
Credit
another way.
cards are the enemy right now to
Sure.
anyone having any kind of financial future. Credit cards are your biggest problem.
Oh, absolutely.
And if that's kind of hard to hear, you love your credit cards.
Yeah,
well,
right. Buy me something.
we can't help you. You know, go spend. I think there's a sale on Amazon right now.
And
Have fun, have at it, and then go finance your cruise, your next cruise on a credit card. We can't help you. You're watching the wrong show. But if you want to do all this stuff and you want to start, you know, you want to start participating in a financial outcome at the end of the game, when you decide, you know, I don't want to work anymore, or I can't stop working because I have no money.
Yeah.
And I'm 70 years old and I have to go get a job at Walmart.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with Walmart. I'll be a Walmart greeter if I have to, you know, when
Kinda
everything
trying to
else,
prevent that, but-
yeah, you know, I'll get my smock on and all that and just go, you know, welcome to Walmart. And, but no, nothing wrong with that. If people have to do it, sometimes you just want to do it just to get out of the house.
Yeah,
but,
sure.
But other times it's like, if you have to do it.
Yeah, it's a whole different story.
Know, we didn't even talk about, we're done with the show. The show's over.
Pretty much.
We didn't even talk about some of the things we wanted to.
Yeah, well, that happens sometimes.
How the government's keeping people at home and lazy.
What we're going to do next week? Because that.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to get some other people talking about this, because we could
definitely.
really alienate a lot of people just by saying some of this stuff. But
but I've heard it from actual business people that are in the businesses.
Something is clearly wrong right now, and unfortunately, it's not going to get right anytime soon. The ship has to get righted, and if it's not, and you know, things are going to get really worse. You know, so anyway, that's on that light and airy note. We're out of time. 8:09. We've gone over. It is fun. I hope people enjoy this this massive experiment that we're trying to do here. That's it. That's all I got. Next week we're gonna try and have a guest. We've been doing real well with our guests the last few weeks, and we went to Thrive Live, and possibly next week I'm still working on having getting us on a remote location. So
that's gonna be fun.
That could be fun. It might be a little hot. We're gonna be sweating, but you know, it's a break. You know, we can, you know, increase our audience. So I want to thank the many people that were watching tonight, and many more to come. Georgia, it was fun. I'm running out of steam, so
I think we can call it a night.
We can call it a night. So I'm just gonna kind of punch up. Are you going to the?
I'll turn you off.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and turn us
You
off.
guys
Good night,
have an
folks.
awesome night.
We're done.